entry on your screen, all your likes get taken. He don't care about the distribution and the circulation. What's up with the scope and the articulation? He can't be himself. People trying to slander his suit. He's just out here trying to give a solid review.
Hey, what's up you guys? Century Productions here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the most frustrating toy I've ever dealt with in my entire life, and that happens to be the Marvel Infinite Series Ant-Man and Ant figure set. So we'll get to why I just said that about this figure here in a second. First, let me show you the box. Let's do a size comparison. You know, the first couple steps we try to do in our reviews here. Here's the box. God damn it, I just hit the Ant figure, but whatever. I'm over it. So here we got a picture of the Ant-Man on the ant. We got a little bio with a bunch of other languages here. He comes in a window box here, as you can see. Of course, I already took him out of the package. This is not the invisible variant. Pretty cool package. Whatever. Alright. As you can tell, I'm a little frustrated. This is like the third or fourth time I've tried reviewing this figure. And I've been playing with this figure for like 20-30 minutes already, and I'm just super frustrated, and I'm over it. Anyway, so here we got the Ant-Man and figure set. So aesthetically looking, this thing looks pretty tight. I know when I first saw it, I was pretty excited to get it. I was like, oh cool, an Ant-Man that's in a movie version that's in a 3.75 inch scale, and a giant ant that's been scaled up. I wonder how it looks next to the Ant-Man 6-inch figure. Alright, well here we go. Here's the Ant-Man 6-inch figure, and you can see how truly big this ant is. But don't be fooled, alright? Please don't be fooled, people. Because this thing is, God, frustrating is the only word I can use to describe this figure. I don't even like calling the ant a figure, but I mean, this is the first time Hasbro's kind of stepped out of their comfort zone and done something like this. And it's definitely a novelty, and I really like it. But this figure's just got a bunch of problems, dude. I mean, a whole list of problems. We're going to get to that in a second. Here we can see kind of what it was molded after. This is what comes with the 6-inch scale Ant-Man. You can see he's riding on the front. The 3 3/4 inch Ant-Man figure doesn't really look that cool when you put him on the front of the head right here. Looks kind of weird. On the package they say you're supposed to be riding it from like this mid-torso section right here. But it's like almost impossible to get him on there because this thing's super smooth and he keeps sliding off. So I've been sitting him on here. It doesn't really look as good as it does in the center part, whatever, dude. But that's alright. Now this figure was in store. It just recently came out. It was only announced like a couple months ago. This figure is in stores for $20. I should have known. I should have known. At a $20 price point, that raises a lot of questions, alright? What are they going to be... I mean, we had Marvel Universe figures at one point going for what, like 14, 15 bucks? And now we're getting a set that's like... This is almost in the 6-inch scale, I would say. But the minute you pick up the Ant figure, you can kind of tell... you know, where Hasbro was at. I mean, the Ant-Man figure kind of suffered a little bit. The Ant definitely suffered. I mean, PETA should be giving Hasbro a call for how much this figure has suffered. Now, let's start with this Ant-Man figure. I mean, it looks alright. The paint's cool. He's got his mask fully on, unlike the 6-inch version here. So you can kind of see that. Pretty cool. He doesn't have an ab joint. Doesn't have a bicep swivel. He doesn't have a cut joint at the top of the thigh. He does have an ankle pivot, surprisingly. It's weird. Hasbro used to not put in the ankle pivot, but they put in all those other pieces. Now it looks like they switched it up a bit. The range on the head, it's a pretty good range of motion. There's no articulation at the wrist, so it's only at the elbow here. But this does go up and down. Does turn left and right. The belt's loose, so you can kind of manipulate the waist there. And then, of course, I mean, he can ride the ant pretty well. I mean, his hips do have a pretty good range of motion, so he does sit on there pretty decently, which is nice. The figure's not too bad looking, but the Ant-Man figure did suffer a little bit with those pieces of articulation, as you can tell, and the paint isn't fully all the way there. I mean, sometimes the paint's a little iffy on Marvel Universe figures to begin with. I mean, they're not even called Marvel Universe figures anymore, right? They're called the Infinite Series. But yeah, that's the Ant-Man figure, so it's not too bad. I mean, this set's only $20. So let's talk about the frustrating portion of this figure. First and foremost, the minute you pick it up, I mean, it's super light. This thing's like not even a pound. can't even be a pound. There's a couple things I do like about it. I do like the texturizing of the ant here. You can kind of see it looks a little bug-like. We got some light brown that's been hinted on the top here. Like I said, I mean, it looks really good, the ant itself. But, I mean, it's the way the figure's set up, it's the way it's been designed is what I've been having a problem with. These legs can come off so easily. It's not even funny. And then when you put the legs back on, they can barely support the weight of the ant. It's just so frustrating because the minute you try standing him on there, or you try just standing the ant up, it immediately crumbles to the ground. Here, let me give you a good example so you don't all think I'm crazy. Here, this is the ant, and let's see if you can stand. Oh no, the legs are coming off. Oh no, look, oh god, the legs are coming off. Oh god, the legs just immediately come off. I don't like how this is designed at all. And I've been praising Hasbro a lot lately, and I think they've been doing really good, but this is just not working out. I feel like this figure should have been like 45 bucks. They should have worked on the ant figure a lot more. They should put more weight to it, some more articulation to it. They should have molded all these legs into the figure so you don't even have that problem. And then maybe throughout the legs they should have done, some pieces of articulation or something. This just seems like it was rushed, and I mean, at least they gave us a good price on it. I mean, but I wish it would have came out a little bit better, to be honest with you. Now, as far as articulation goes, the wings do. In the package, you have to put the wings on. They're not on in the package, obviously, but this is like a yellow, translucent, hard plastic for the wings. Let's pop up back here. So that's really nice. I do like that. These fall out immediately, too, when you're trying to pose it. I mean, the only reason he was standing up here is because this is styrofoam, so it kind of catches. Now, you might consider this, like, a piece of articulation, but I don't. I mean, this thing is like barely in there. And then also on the back side, you can see that they didn't even take the time filling in everything right here. So it's just kind of like half-assed right there. So I don't like that at all. And like I said, these things fall out almost immediately. But you go to the head here, and the head does look up and down. I do like the head sculpt. It looks pretty nice. It looks side to side, but this head pops off almost immediately. And then it's like they made this figure like a breakable, so you could like put it in your suitcase or something, so you could save space. I don't know. But we go into these legs here. These are the only true pieces of articulation on the ant here, I believe. And those go up and down, left and right. They bend at the, I mean, I guess that's not an elbow. I mean, they bend at the ant's half forearm. I don't know what the hell. But these turn left and right, up and down. You can manipulate these a little bit. These two frontal legs right here, these will not support this figure in any way at all, so just forget about it. The only chance you have of having this figure stand up are these back two legs on both sides, but even then they don't really stand them up too well. And then the minute you do get the ant set up and you're like, alright, I got a decent pose, it's time to put the Ant-Man figure on it. The minute you put the Ant-Man figure on it, he like collapses to the ground. It's crazy. And then you can see this leg is already falling off right here. It's just so frustrating, man. Definitely the most frustrating toy I've dealt with in a very long time. That's my review of it. If you got $20, I mean, it is only $20, so I guess I can't really talk that much shit. But if you got $20 you're willing to spend, you're going to put this someplace where you know it won't fall down and it's going to stay up, I would say pick it up. Ant-Man figure's not too bad, and it kind of does work with the 6-inch scale too, to be honest, which I kind of liked. I mean, a little bit. Maybe it feels a little bit smaller, but other than that, this might be a pass for a good amount of you guys. I just kind of had to pick it up. You know, I really do love Ant-Man, and I was super excited for the set. I'm just a little upset that this is how it turned out. But this is Century Productions. I will catch you guys later. Be sure to watch out for some more Marvel Legends reviews. Right before Comic-Con coming up here in a week, and pretty excited about that. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later, alright? Peace.